Yeah, 7 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. It is time for In the Garden with Carol Ann on this 3-day before Christmas special show.
Yeah.
How you doing, Carol Ann?
I'm doing
You're
well.
You're dressed festively. You have a hat.
I have my hat.
You're not wearing it right now.
No, it won't fit with the headphones. So, yeah, I figured I'd have my hat on today. Somebody said on Friday wore it to work, and yesterday when I went to work, they go, "Where's your hat?" I said, "It's a little warm today. My hat's a little warm."
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful week weather-wise, huh?
Yeah, it's not going to feel like Christmas, but maybe Florida Christmas for us.
Yeah.
You know, but. Anybody who wants it cold, go somewhere else.
Although it's not that cold up north. It's like 60s and 70s.
Right. They're having a very mild winter, too. And my understanding is we probably won't get much of a winter here until maybe starting at about the middle of January. And then we'll end up with the February that, is just, it's just pretty rough, on us, especially because our plants aren't getting a chance to go dormant. But that's, that's our biggest.
Bougainvillea, whatever they're called.
Yeah, the bougainvilleas are blooming like crazy.
They are growing,
The grass out here in front of the paddock mall is green. I've seen people come and go, and, well, when can I fertilize? And luckily, most of these people will listen to me when I explain that it is December/January everywhere in the United States. So though it's warm, it still doesn't mean it's time to fertilize. Just hold off, You want
to do a phone call?
Sure.
Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yes, good morning, guys, and Merry Christmas.
Good morning. Merry Christmas.
The Weather Bureau, back in November, said December would be cool and wet, and boy, did they missed that one by a mile.
Yeah, they did, yeah. Well,
I don't know. They also said, they actually said December, January, February, we're going to be down here in the southeast, way below normal and much above normal as far as rainfall. But the way the trends are right now, I don't know if it's going to change or not.
It's hard. I guess it's all based upon that, whatever it is, El Nino or La Nina that's out there in the Pacific. And, it controls all the weather patterns, even all the way across the U.S. So it must be cold in California if we're warm here.
Yeah,
because that's usually what happens.
Here, but
I don't know.
That El Nino kind of controls the jet stream, and it's way out of proportion. It's way farther north than it should be. So, but right. I don't know. I don't mind it as long as the evenings get down in the 50s. That's nice. Right.
If we're having the 80s is it's a little bit. You're ready for a little bit of Florida winter where our highs are usually in that low to mid 70s, and that's a pleasant day. Really, yeah. I mean, you can still wear what we here call winter clothes, without being warm. But you're not going to get out, the heavy sweater at those temperatures. But let's hope for at least a little something. And I worry more about we're getting a little bit of rain. We actually had a nice rain with that last front that came through. But in the northern states, count on their snowfall for their precipitation for the year or for a good portion of the year. And if they're not getting that snowfall up in the mountains and elsewhere within their region, they're lacking water that's then going to carry forward. That's just not just that they're not getting snowfall and the ski resorts are having an issue. They're not getting snowfall, and then come spring and summer, what's going to happen with either crops and things like that.
Yeah, we moved down here in '95, and this will be the first Christmas week that I've air conditioned since we've been here. So it's kind of like breaking a record in a way.
Yeah, we are. We're setting some record temperatures, and just watch out when they do decide to drop. Don't be surprised if some plant damage doesn't happen.
Yeah. See, I gotta tell you about my plantain now.
Oh yeah.
I finally ate it last week. First of all, it was a pain in the you-know-what to peel it. It doesn't peel nice like a banana, and I had to fool around to get the peeling off.
Okay.
And then I cut a couple of pieces off with a banana, and I was surprised. It was sweet, and it wasn't too bad by itself,
Okay. Well.
But, what I did is I fried a little bit like the lady called in bacon, and tried that, and then I tried it in a little peanut oil. And it was fine. Browned it up a little bit, and then I added some almond nuts and a little maple syrup, and it was good. And
good.
the wife even tried it, but she said if I was only stuck on a jungle island and forced to eat something, I would eat it then, but never again here. So
She sounds like Larry.
Yeah, really.
yeah, it just wasn't
wasn't her cup of tea. There you go. Wasn't her cup of tea.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. You know, I was surprised that it tasted pretty much like a banana. It was sweeter than I thought.
Yeah.
And but the big disappointment was peeling the dang thing. Oh my God! You
I
know,
want,
it was a
because
knife and everything else to get it off.
my understanding is we actually all peel bananas backwards. We start at that long stem end and break that open, when actually the way to open them would be from the bottom.
Yeah.
That's
the way the monkeys do.
That's the way the monkeys open
Yeah,
them, is
yeah.
from the
I saw that
bottom.
on something.
So I'm wondering whether or not it would have opened better from what we would consider the bottom of the banana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to. Well, maybe if I ever have one again, I'll try it that way. But, I was amazed. You know, I let it get nice and almost like black, like they said.
Right.
And you do that to a banana and you got mush. But
Right.
it was pretty solid. It was good. You know.
Right, it holds its texture and the firmness even as it gets to its most fully ripe condition. So, well, I'm glad you at least it wasn't unpalatable to you, that it was something different. Like you said, probably not something you're going to whip up for the family for breakfast, for you and the wife, just because she's not going to be crazy about it.
It served my curiosity, because every time I do all the shopping in the family, and I love bananas, and I always walked by them, and I always wondered what the heck they tasted like, and now I found out. So
now you know.
End of that story.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. You have a nice holiday, and thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The phone lines are open if you want to call. 622-9622 is the number. We're up against the break, so we'll take that break. I just put your picture on the thing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Right. Oh, by the way, real quick, I want to tell you what I looked up. The snow in the United States is almost non-existent.
Right now.
Only
Yeah.
up in Idaho there's some, and looks like the state of Washington. Even Canada doesn't have a whole lot of snow right now.
Yeah,
But your statement that California is probably cool is absolutely dead on. 53 degrees right now in LA, so
there you go.
that's kind of cool.
Right.
All right, we will take a little break and be right back with more. And the phone number, if you want to call Caroline, is 622-9622. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Clouds will limit sunshine this Tuesday. A warm, humid day with an afternoon shower in spots, high 81 to 85. Partly cloudy and warm Tuesday night with areas of fog late into tomorrow morning. In the overnight, lows 68 to 72. Later Wednesday, clouds and some sunshine, a warm high 83 to 87. Thursday, Christmas Eve, partial sunshine, warm and humid high 82 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs. And all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala newspaper online.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
You're listening to WOCA Ocala.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Carol Ann Baldwin is here, and we're talking about lawns, gardens, and gosh, if I was in a coma or something and woke up today, I would have no clue it was Christmas, except the fact that you're wearing a Christmas shirt.
Right.
I mean, if I was just outside walking around and I didn't see any decorations, I was
right. It's hard to, yeah.
I don't know, it feels like June or something.
I don't know if I'd say June. Definitely spring-like. I mean,
There's
been a couple posts on Facebook that's going, what a wonderful spring we're having this winter.
Yes.
And yesterday being the first day of winter.
Today's the first full day.
First full day of winter. The days are now getting longer.
A little bit.
A little bit longer. So just think about that it's going to be, that's the way I think of it, because I hate, the reason I hate wintertime is I hate the short days.
Well, and I was reading this thing about
I'm a daytime person.
The solstice is when they would celebrate the fact that, look, there's hope at the end. We made it to the midway point,
right?
And now we're on our way out of
There's light on the end of the tunnel to come into this is like the starving moons and things like that they have, and this is going to be something interesting that we're having a full moon for Christmas this year.
I didn't know that was unusual.
I guess we don't have that too often. So when you're looking up in the night sky on Christmas Eve, that you might actually get to see Santa Claus and the reindeer flying across the sky, lit up amongst the full moon.
Silhouette, a la E.T.
There you go. That's always and make sure, because I just saw small children going by. You check in on NORAD and watch Santa Claus.
We used to
come
do that
through.
every year.
It is so much fun. I still do it.
Do you? I mean, on radio, we had these 12-inch LP vinyl records. We used the same one every year, by the way. And they had these updates. Okay, there he is. And
right.
And
we'd
play a cut every half hour, something like that, all night long.
Find out where he's at. Right. Well, that's if you go on the computer and you go onto the NORAD site, and it's really educational. If you've never shown children, or maybe you just now have children who are of age to find Santa Claus very fascinating and things like that not just on those NORAD sites do you see where Santa Claus is at, but there's videos that you can click on of the different the different locations that tell about the countries that he's passing over, and different things about the cities and the celebrations that are going on. So it's something interesting. If you've never checked it out, maybe because you didn't have children when they came out with that, check it out. I find it fascinating. I find it, it's a fun site. But today I was looking for just some interesting stuff, because we go from the plant side to the food side and try to combine them in the middle. But trying to find out some true lists of true traditional Christmas foods, and all of our Christmas foods come from all over the place.
Makes sense.
They really do. The different things.
What do you associate
eat
with it in your family, though?
As I told you off the air, I said, you have the turkey for Thanksgiving, and we always, as a child, had ham for Easter. And my dad always said that Christmas was a festival, was a feast, so you partake of the beast, and you had
which is a cow, right?
Which is the cow.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm having this year. Actually, it's going to be grilled steak, and it's going to be nice out. The grill is going to be fired up, and going to have some nice steaks.
By the way, if you are eating poultry, turkey especially, that animal was alive more recently than that cow that you ate. The cow is slaughtered longer ago than it takes to get to your plate.
That I'm not sure, because I did read I saw a news thing on that. The reason we didn't have a shortage on turkeys is one, the bird flu wasn't as big of an issue in the turkey industry as it was in the chicken industry, but that actually frozen turkeys taste better than fresh ones.
Really?
They've actually showed, because of the processing of the quick chill, the flash frozen turkey, and that those turkeys were actually processed a few weeks before.
But I had a question that I don't have the answer to. The question was, okay, when they're figuring out how long ago the animal was alive that you're eating, if you have a steak, for example, from the butcher,
right,
that animal could have been killed that morning, right? But they say the cow was killed longer ago than the turkey or the chicken.
It could just because of processing.
Well, here's my thinking. They're averaging it in so that beef jerky that's sitting in the convenience store for a year, or that summer sausage that's being sold right now.
Oh, I don't know if are they figuring those in. Or
I don't know. I don't know because I was trying to figure. I always thought when you went to the butcher.
Well, you figure that when I
was a kid, the cow was there in the back somewhere.
Well, but he had been slaughtered somewhere else. Processed because they
in New York, yeah, but not in Ocala.
But I mean, it's not hanging in the back of Publix.
No, but there was a barbecue place here in town, and I know this for a fact because my sister used to work there. There was a barbecue place here in Ocala, and they would kill the pigs there on the premises.
Right. That's quite possible, yeah, if you're doing on that. But
I'll tell you who it was, but I won't do it on the air.
No, you don't want to do that.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
Right.
But she would tell me.
I mean, at that time, you probably could. They may have changed things like.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah. But now, just it was a couple of those, those little things that. You never know how fresh your beef is unless you're growing it yourself. And even then,
how fresh your beef is.
Yeah, but no, I got a nice. Got to take the roast I bought and cut it into some nice sized steaks, and we'll put some nice steaks on the grill.
So that's your Christmas.
That's going to be Christmas, and actually, I think we're doing Christmas Eve. So that'll be a nice deal.
Was that me that made that noise?
I think that was you. I think that was you.
Cool.
But
what that means.
No, to come out, with Christmas, we have all the, the holiday plants that we're all familiar with, and the poinsettias and the Christmas cactus, and we associate amaryllis with Christmas, even though they don't bloom normally or naturally until spring. The paper whites, which are your narcissus, again, they're another one. If you're hunting for these things right now for gifts as last minute, good luck. I have seen some poinsettias still in stores, and they don't look too bad. If you're going to get one because you want to get it and plant it and have it in the ground in your landscape, it doesn't matter if it's a little beaten up. It's going to, you get it home, get it planted. Hard to say after the danger of frost has passed, because until we have
right now we don't know
right now
if we're getting any at all.
Have any at all, and we're going to be putting a serious test to my end of winter theories this year because we haven't had the cold weather yet.
Do you, not to get political on you, but all the talk about global warming, do you think it is happening? Do you think
I think the climate has changed over the millenniums. Well,
I'm not asking you to say that it's caused by humans. I'm just asking, do you think it's happening?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, because certain areas are colder than normal, others are, it's.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I heard too.
I won't call it global warming. There's climatic change, and there's climatic change that goes on all the time.
Yeah.
And who knows at what point we're aiming, what was it in the 70s? We were aiming to the Ice Age. Didn't happen yet.
And also, by the way, like in the 70s, we had to ration gasoline because we were almost out. The planet was almost.
There was such a shortage of gasoline. Yes.
They said, okay,
odd even numbers on your license plates.
Not just for that year, but forever. We're gonna we've drained all the oil and therefore
all the supplies.
And everybody's getting in gas lines that took an hour to get to. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but now there's we got more than we need.
We've got plenty. We've discovered so much.
What?
Who's to believe?
I think the Earth is like a living organism. It makes it. I think it makes oil.
It's oil was was made.
It's blood.
It's
the blood of Earth or something.
The blood of the Earth. But I mean, it's hard to say what's really going on with the weather, and we won't know. We won't know in our lifetime.
Well,
that's
if you were going to design a planet, as much as we like winter,
right?
Wouldn't you design a planet that you could just walk out in your shirt and your shoes and not worry about it? I mean,
that would be nice, but you do need many, many plants, because I do like plants, and many edible plants need a dormant time. They need a winter.
And there was a story that the orange growers were actually happy with this past weekend's cold weather.
Merry Christmas!
Boy, look how cute! Look how cute!
Must have been in to see Santa.
So yeah, they were saying the orange growers were saying that they were happy it got cold this past weekend because it was just enough to make their oranges brighter orange.
Right. It helps to bring that color out. Everybody always says that it sweetens them up. I think it does do something biologically with the tree that triggers the sugars to concentrate, or like you say, the ripening, the brighter the orange on it, so that it makes it a little more marketable on the to the shopper out there. And with it being warmer, I'm just afraid some blossoms are going to start coming out a little early, and then we're going to have one of those late freezes, or it's just not even a late freeze, but one that our trees have not acclimated.
Yeah.
If we have a regular winter where our lows are in the, say, mid 40s and our highs are in the upper 60s to low 70s, plants get accustomed to that. They go into that dormancy. They slow down their photosynthesis and things like that, and they go dormant for a period of time. They don't need as much water. They're not taking up nutrient as they would in spring or during the growing season. And then when we have cold weather at that time where the temperatures drop, the plants aren't really bothered too much. You might see a little wilt in the morning, but once the sun comes up and warms them, they're perked back up. With how warm we are, if we have a sudden drop, in which I saw one of my neighbors covered their hibiscus because of concern of the temperatures,
right.
You're going to see a lot more damage because those plants are still actively growing. They're still sitting there. They're still taking up water. They're processing nutrient. They're still blooming. Plants that would normally be slacked off and sparsely blooming now are still blooming like crazy. They're blooming strong. And still butterfly larvae, still caterpillars feeding, because the time of year that if we have a hard freeze, unless you've dug up enough of them, I'm sorry, you're not going to play God and save them. It's and that is also part of nature. It's how it happens. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things.
All right, well, we're up against the bottom of the hour break. We've got a whole half hour left of the program. If you want to call the show, which is called In the Garden with Carol Ann Baldwin, you can call Carol Ann after the break. The number is 622-9622. This is The Source, WOCA.
This is Carol Ann from In the Garden with Carol Ann. I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. Merry Christmas.
It's Kelly Hart, Executive Editor at Ocala Magazine, wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from all of us at Ocala Magazine.
It's about leaving base, but got lost in the hills. Fox Radio's Lisa Brady. A grand jury in Texas deciding there will be no indictment in the Sandra Bland case.
The black woman found dead in a jail cell over the summer, 3 days after she was arrested by a state trooper during a traffic stop.
We are desperately seeking very basic information.
Family attorney Larry Rogers Jr. Daryl Jordan is a special prosecutor.
We would love to speak with the family.
Next month, the same grand jury will decide if the trooper should face charges.
Fox News Radio's Pam Puso. Fox News, we report. You decide.
Paying off credit cards can get expensive, and it can be an endless hassle to get a loan at a bank, which is why there is now another way to get the money you need at a competitive fixed interest rate without the hassles, fees, and risks. It's called Avant. Your loan through Avant can be approved in minutes, and money can be in your account in as little as 1 business day. And unlike peer lending sites, there are no costly origination fees for unsecured loans or waiting up to a week for the funds. So if you need a small or a substantial loan, go to Avant.com to check your interest rate. We think you're going to like what you see. Right now, Now, Avant will also give you a $50 Amazon.com gift card after your first installment is made on time. To check your rates with no effect on your FICO score and get this special offer, go to Avant.com today and enter promo code 3333 at checkout. That's www.avant.com, promo code 3333. Loans are made by WebBank and affiliates of Avant Inc. Funds are deposited for delivery next business day if approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
If you're not quite finished for Christmas, here's a great idea. Get over to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, and grab up plenty of green and growing holiday stuff at half price. I'm talking poinsettias, half price, starting at just $1.99. Green and growing Christmas trees, also half price. A huge array of indoor foliage starting at just $3.99. Bob Wine's famous heirloom camellias, also great gifting, just $14.99. And azaleas starting at only $3.99. Check out citrus trees too, many with fruit and container grown, just $39.99. Come see what you can buy for 50 cents on the dollar or less right now at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from the traffic. Open till 5 each day through Wednesday, Thursday till 2. Happy holidays from Bob Wine.
On Monday, December 21st, we called Toady Fibbits. He was one of our 2 big screen TV winners at the WOCA Christmas giveaway, and this is what it sounded like when we called him. Is this Toady Fibbits?
Yes, sir.
Toady Fibbits, this is Larry Whitler.
And Robin McBlain.
And you're talking to us at WOCA The Source. You already know the good news, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just got the Facebook message. I'm very excited.
You got a big TV here.
58-inch RCA HD TV.
Hope you have a truck.
Awesome. Yes, I'm going to have to make a little bit of room because my truck's a little messy in the back, but I'm very excited.
Toady, from all of us here at WOCA The Source, congratulations and Merry Christmas.
WOCA is the best station in the entire universe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yay!
Congratulations. Merry Christmas. That's the kind of winner you want. Somebody sounds like they're really excited to get it, and sounds young. Maybe he's got young children. They're going to love having a big
just
TV.
have it, or maybe they have kind of a smaller TV and been wanting a big TV.
I love that. That's
awesome. Always fun.
That's
awesome. I wonder if it's going in the man cave.
Or
if he's getting the other TV for the man cave.
Well, that would make sense. That would make more sense. Yeah, be more fair to the family. Yeah.
I wanted it's going to. Just kidding. If you're listening,
that is funny. No, he should be here this morning.
Good.
He's coming in to get one of these TVs. Yeah, very cool.
And one thing I know, we're everybody's out celebrating or finishing up their last minute Christmas shopping and wrapping and things like that, but. We've always had the thing, I've had people come up to me, that poinsettias are poisonous to my animals. And actually, they're not. And this is actually from the UF-IFAS extension. So it's from Solutions for Your Life, and that they are safe, not poisonous. Contrary to popular belief, the poinsettias are non-poisonous and non-toxic. However, some people may be sensitive to the latex in the poinsettia. The poinsettias have a milky stem and milky sap, and that milky sap is like a latex. So if you're latex sensitive and you were to be pruning that, or you break a stem off and it were to touch your skin, you may get some rash from it, or depending on your sensitivity. That kind of thing, which I've noticed even on myself, even though I don't classify myself as being allergic to latex. because I can put an elastic band around my wrist and not have an issue. But if you're sweaty and you're working with them, you get a little itchy spot or a little red area, but it's not something that although eating even a large number of leaves will not result in illness, the plant is not considered edible, but it's not something that, everybody says, oh, I don't want to have it in my house because my cats will eat it, my kids will eat it. It's not going to be something that's palatable.
Cats never eat vegetables, do they?
Cats eat plants. Oh, they do.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
I thought that was against their nature.
You don't want to feed a cat a vegetarian diet, but they do eat vegetables. They will eat fruits, and they do chew on plants. Sometimes for the same reason as dogs, but I mean, dogs will eat vegetables too.
Yeah, but I always.
Of course, mine's kind of weird. Every time, even though I tried to start him as a puppy, he didn't really get into it.
My dog used to like the little carrots that come with the salads.
Yeah, little carrot sticks
with
and
the
stuff.
Ranch dressing on it.
Well, I tried
Might
to do it.
have been more about the dressing.
I tried to do it because I knew. Here we go on to the pets. Putting the carrot sticks in the Kong to entertain them. Here you're going to leave they got their chew toy, but they also there's a prize inside of that if I can get it out. And the carrot sticks, he just never really.
There was a lady, we were in Hobby Lobby, and she was telling Robin a very simple recipe for making dog biscuits. She uses baby food and something else. Two things.
Maybe oatmeal or
baby food and something else, and boom, that's the dog treat.
Well, I know I've got a couple people who make pet treats. As a subsidy to their income. They do a lot of baking and things. But
really, and she said it was actually cheaper than buying dog biscuits.
Yeah. So I don't buy mine biscuits. Mine gets things he can chew on. Besides me.
My dog did not like those rawhide things. The white looking.
Yeah, dogs. That's not real good for your dogs.
But anyway. She didn't even like it. She was like, "What's wrong with that?"
Mine. I have to watch mine because not that he'll choke on them. He's 85 pounds and he'd probably consume them too quickly, but that he'll go hide them and then you can't find them to go, here, I'm going to leave you at the house. Play with your chew toy. No, he's buried it somewhere in the yard. So anyway, how do you stop that? Just to go, to try to. If anybody wants anything on Christmas, whatever we're doing on Christmas,
Christmas gifts for the person with the green thumb, like the lady from Agnet was talking about.
Right. There's all kinds of different things for the green thumb. Of course, this time of year, it's hard to find a lot of stuff because the stores, even though we're here in Florida, the stores are geared to the winter months and the holidays themselves.
Yeah, right,
and all the new gardening gadgets and plant gadgets are going to come out after the first of the year as the gardening season comes in based on, national retail type things. But, there's always the gift certificates to the favorite garden stores and online stores.
Always a good idea.
The catalogs, the garden catalogs that are coming in the mail now. Of course, it's too late to get anything for Christmas. An idea for next year, put it on your calendar, look for the catalogs or go online to a lot of the garden catalogs and look for those gifts there earlier in the season. You can wipe out your Christmas pretty early and then not have to worry about it. You can bake more cookies. Or play in your garden instead if you're buying gifts for the garden. But, the garden books, the Master Gardener office is I believe closed this week and through the first of the year, but the extension office is still open. So they have all the books that IFAS has that are garden related. They're at the Ag Center.
They didn't do a calendar this year.
We haven't done a calendar in a couple of years.
Was that right?
Yeah, they dropped the calendar. I like the calendar.
The calendar was a really good idea.
Yeah, I like the calendar.
Because they gave you so many tips in the course of a year.
They did a book instead, and I don't know. I
don't remember if it was
my opinion was they should have kept the calendar. But that's...
maybe 2017.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe they'll have one for 2017.
Yeah, maybe somebody will come up with the idea to bring that back out. But they have the different books that are really great for someone new to Florida, or you got somebody who's just become real interested in butterfly gardening in Florida. There's wonderful books on that, native plants for Florida, and how to create a native landscape. All kinds of different books like that, and a lot of those are also available in the bookstores. So if you can't get over to Extension. It's a slight markup in the bookstores as compared.
Really? Extension is cheaper.
Just a smidge. I think it might just be via the sales tax that ours is actually included.
Do you have one you
price.
could recommend? You have one you always use, right?
I have. Well, mine isn't the university one, but I do love the Southern Living Garden Book. If you're looking to look up specific plants and their growing
That's
habits
the only
and
thing
things.
you don't use the internet for now is that one book, right? The stuff in that one book?
I love that. Yeah, I love that one book, and it's because actually it's pretty fast. Instead of me trying to figure out how to spell the name,
sometimes the book is a better resource.
And I'm going, sometimes the book is because I know alphabetically I can quick open to that unless I've got a page, open that's going to one of the data sources that are out there. And things like that. But I do. That's one I like. But any of the Florida books, especially the butterfly ones or the native plant ones. If I know we occasionally get talking about consuming what's out there in nature, I'm not sure if they have the one that's that there was one on edible plants out in the landscape, but there are books on edible landscaping. So how to plant your yard into an edible landscape, like David Goodman has his food forest within on his property on how to incorporate fruit bearing shrubs into the landscape and fruit trees.
I ate off of my yard this year a little bit.
No, the orange tree and the bananas.
No, the bananas. Yeah. The
oranges should be coming on.
They're pretty good when they come, but they're so small this last year and this year. Yeah, both years.
Might need fertilizer.
Probably.
Hard to say.
Just go buy a bag.
Go buy and do it in spring.
Do it in the spring.
Yep.
Buy a bag.
If you think of 369 March, June, September, that's your way to remember when to fertilize.
Okay.
Is we're coming out of dormancy in March. June is in the middle of the year.
Do you have to do anything special? Just pour it on the ground.
You're just going to put it on the ground between the trunk and the drip line.
And then water it.
And just give it a good drink. Yeah, water it in a little bit, and then let nature take its course on the rest of it.
Oh, is it sold that way? I mean, is it marketed as orange
citrus,
tree?
It's citrus fertilizer.
Citrus fertilizer.
Citrus
and the oranges might be bigger.
It could be bigger. They could make the tree a little healthier looking, and improve their flavor somewhat if the tree's not lacking in nutrition.
They've been pretty good flavor-wise when I've eaten them, but they're really small lately.
Yeah. Have to take it,
But lots of them.
That too. A lot of times when a tree has a lot of fruit, the fruit will have a tendency to be smaller. That's where some of your fertilization can come in and benefit it because the tree is trying to feed all of them to bring them all into ripening. It's one of those.
What is the fertilizer? Is it dead fish or something?
No, it's I use the synthetic kind of fertilizers that are just manufactured out of ureas and ammonium nitrates and things like that.
That's what you're saying?
Well, the urea acid,
which comes from an animal.
I don't know if it's actually. I think it's synthetically synthetic.
Really?
Yeah, fake urea.
Yeah.
But a lot of different things.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
All right. Looks like we're at the break already. Okay. The phone lines are open if you want to call Carol Ann, 622-9622. 15 minutes more. The next time you'll hear her, it'll be between Christmas and New Year's.
Right.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Clouds will limit sunshine this Tuesday. A warm, humid day with an afternoon shower in spots, high 81 to 85. Partly cloudy and warm through the night with areas of fog late into tomorrow morning. With the overnight lows 68 to 72. Later Wednesday, clouds and some sunshine, a warm high 83 to 87. Thursday, Christmas Eve, partial sunshine, warm and humid high 82 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the Historian Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. Hello Gorgeous.
Put your money to work. Florida Credit Union has a money market special, 1% APY until December 31st, 2016. That's right, through December 31st, 2016. $50,000 minimum balance to open and earn dividends. On January 1st, 2017, the account reverts back to a normal account at current rates. Federally insured by the NCUA, Florida Credit Union, enriching people every day. Visit one of Florida Credit Union's convenient locations today or their website, www.flcu.org.
Hi, this is Joe and Patsy Martone.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
From
WOCA, The Source.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock. Carol Ann Baldwin is here. The show is called In the Garden with Carol Ann. If you want to call, the number is 622-9622. And it's like summertime right now. So if you've got plants in your lawn, and I've got to get the lawnmower out again. I don't think I've ever needed to cut the grass in December before.
Right, and again, that's that whole thing. We've gotten a little bit of rain. It's been warm enough that the plants, it has not gone dormant. And normally at this time of year, I'm telling everybody to set that mower blade if you feel like you need to get out there and clean up the yard just because some of the weeds get high, there's leaves falling, is to go in there and mow it off with that mower, set that deck up higher so that you're not getting down there and cutting that grass off. But right now you may need to mow just a little. Don't go overboard on it, because you don't want to scalp it. It's not growing as fast as it would be, but in order to keep it cleaned up, you might raise it up just a hair, keep enough grass on there to protect it for when we do drop.
Right,
and I keep saying when, because I don't think we're going to get out of this one scot-free.
Yeah, you're probably right. That would be super unusual, wouldn't it?
That would be super unusual, and I think we would have an issue of worrying about what our spring would then be like. And our summer could really be pretty tough. That is one of those things that. We always, as gardeners, we generally look ahead. And one thing I did on the break this time was I said, let me try to do a Google search and find something fun. And 12 new shrubs for 2016. And these are just some of the big professional, big box. You may not find them in all the big box stores, but in select ones. Some new plants that are out there, and these are actually the site is from greenhousegrower.com, and there are 12 new shrub or sub-shrubs and vines that are coming out on the market. One's a Buddleia, Buzz series, and it looks like it's a great color is a hot raspberry and a soft pink. I'm not sure how well they'll go on attracting the butterflies the way the regular Buddleia would, but boy, a color that would really pop in the garden. And then and of course Monrovia and Proven Winners are going to have some out there too. The dwarf boxwood called Petite Pillar. it's more of a column type. So if you're looking for something in a small, you've got maybe a courtyard, place where you're at, or just a small yard that you are trying to just pretty up a little bit. It doesn't take a whole lot of pruning to keep going. And these are going to do okay in our zone, down to zone 9, which we're the 8B, 9A kind of thing. So all the way down to a full 9. The clematis, it's hard to say if we'll find any in this area, only because most of those don't necessarily like us too much. Here's a new hydrangea, everlasting green cloud. Something to look for. And another hydrangea, Let's Dance Rave. The Let's Dance intensely colored mophead type blooms, reliable bloomer. Colors are ranging from a violet purple on acidic soils to a saturated pink on the basic on your more alkaline soils. So that's because your hydrangeas are ones that you can play with your colors based upon your soil type.
Oh wow, you have to really know chemistry to do that.
Well, not really. If you plant one in the ground and all of a sudden it goes blue, you're going, oh, I have an acid soil. If I want it to be pink, I'm going to have to.
But does that affect other plants like roses too? Or?
Not so much. No? I think mostly where your pH comes into play is on how well the plants thrive. Normally.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's if your pH is off too far one direction or the other, will be how it affect the way the plant takes up nutrient. And if it can't take up the nutrient correctly or enough of any particular nutrient, it's just a failure to thrive or lack of bloom. They're not getting.
But
as
again,
big.
It sounds like a little bit of chemistry knowledge. So you have to take the reading? Do you get
You can have a soil sample done, a pH reading. Not usually on an annual basis, but normally if you're going to plan out a new location where you're going to plant, or if the plants in a location have not been doing well. Sometimes it's just a matter of the plants are reaching the end of their life cycle. Everything dies. Our oak trees may live 200 years, but your perennials usually, if you get 5 years out of a perennial, you're probably really doing pretty well, and without having to replace some of them. But you can take a check on did I bring my page in? That the soil testing for pH at the Extension office at the beginning of the year will be January the 14th and February the 11th. Those are the two closest upcoming dates to come into the spring season. So if you're planting a new bed, you might want to get your soil sample into them for the pH check. Again, extremely dry. So if you dig it up and the ground is moist, put it at, you're going to get. Let me start from the beginning on how to grab a soil sample. Get your trowel out, and dig a hole down the length of your trowel, and take a little bit of soil out. Put it in a cup. Do this 3 or 4 places around the planting area where you're going to be, where you want it tested. Mix it all up. Sift out about a quarter of a cup. You can put the rest back in the garden. Make sure that is dry. Put it on a paper plate, on some newspaper, set it somewhere where it's not going to get rained on. You just want to make sure that is dry. Put it in a paper bag and take it over to Extension office, which is located over on Jacksonville Road. And I believe there is now a $2 fee for them to do that. It covers the supplies that are needed and the upkeep of the meter that they use. They will email you back your results pretty much on that day or the day, within a couple of days afterwards. And that will get at least what your pH level is and what you can do to correct that for what you're trying to grow.
Why is it something that has to be sent off? Why can't you do it yourself?
There are some meters that are done yourself, but I think if I were going to buy one of those, or, I would first have it done by Extension.
Okay, but you couldn't use a litmus paper?
Your accuracy on where you're at, because you're going to because your litmus paper is not done through the soil, it's done through water.
Right.
It's not something you're just going to wipe on there are some meters that are out there that you just need to put in the ground, but I would first have it tested by the professionals.
Right.
And then compare it to what you've got. And the litmus papers aren't going to give you your chart, your range of plants.
Oh, okay, yeah. You wouldn't know
and things
that.
like that on what you would want to do to correct that, to bring that up or down as necessary for what it is you're trying to grow. But they do say, some of these home meters and things like that can be fairly accurate. I would want to get a good base from what I had first. Same thing as if you were going to, say, blood pressure kit or something like that, is maybe take it to your doctor's office, have them check your blood pressure and do it and see, how close. So how far off are you if it's something you need to monitor on a regular basis? So same with your pH. With your pH, you're not going to change it weekly. You're not going to change it monthly. It's something we do either once a year or seasonally. So it's not a big deal to send your soil.
And I'm guessing some of the things we add probably change the pH.
They can affect the
us even knowing
pH.
it.
They can affect the pH somewhat. Yes. Everybody always used to say oak leaves and pine needles will make your soil more acidic. Not necessarily. Adding compost is supposed to make your soil more acidic. Not necessarily. I've actually seen it go to more alkaline.
Oh, really?
It depends on how much you're putting in there. If you're using, which we haven't been using the fireplaces so much, wood ash, that's going to change your pH also.
Okay.
So, and again, things in moderation. So if you're going to do, too much of amendment to it, do the amendments, let it sit for the several weeks, and then have it tested to see where you're at. Don't test the soil, then throw all your compost on it, because you may change it. You're going to change that effect over, actually fairly quickly. And so whatever you did for your pH test is not going to be accurate afterwards. So test with your, all your amendments put in there, ahead of time by at least a couple weeks. Give that a chance to blend in there, water in there, and et cetera.
We are 2 minutes away from the end of the show, and I have a $20 gift certificate to Bob Wine's Community Gardens and Nursery.
What a Christmas present for that person, whoever wins.
Not a bad gift. And I got today's question that will win this from the Children's Christmas Riddle page on the web.
Cool.
So this is a child's Christmas riddle.
Okay.
If you answer it correctly and first, you will get the $20 gift certificate to Bob Wine's Community Gardens and Nursery, and I believe these are good for plants only.
Right.
Excluding seasonal, it says on the certificate.
Right.
So plants only, excluding seasonal. Here's the question. You have to call 622-9622 to answer the question. According to the Children's Christmas Riddle Joke Book page on the internet, what does Santa Claus use to till the soil in his garden? It's a very easy one, isn't it?
It is, but it was cute.
Yeah.
It was cute.
So if you answer the question correctly, then you will get the $20 gift certificate to Bob Wines. And you can put it in somebody's stocking. Nobody's going to stop you from regifting it if you don't want it.
That's right.
What the question again, oh my goodness, what does Santa Claus use?
Come on.
To till the soil in his garden.
Everybody's out Christmas shopping.
Where's your song? I wanted your song.
You lost my song. You got Christmas music.
No, that's not Christmas music.
Almost sounded like it.
Here we go. Somebody. Good morning. What do you think is the answer to that? Hello?
Hello?
What do you think is the answer to the question?
Ho, ho, ho.
He uses a ho, ho, ho.
Oh, that's right.
What is your first name? Susan, hold on. Thank you, Caroline. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Larry.
This is WOCA Ocala.
Bo Bergdahl, the soldier held for 5 years by the Taliban in Afghanistan after leaving his post, going before a military judge at Fort Bragg in North Carolina.
Bergdahl faces what's called a general court-martial. This is essentially a military court that's reserved for the most serious of offenses. If convicted of desertion, Bergdahl could face up to 5 years in prison, and if convicted of misbehavior before the enemy, he could get life in prison.
Fox's Jonathan Seri. Bergdahl released in a controversial swap.
The prisoner exchange involved the release of 5 Taliban officials from the U.S. detention facility in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
And our economy grew at a slightly slower pace over the summer than the government had previously estimated, the gross domestic product coming in at a 2% annual rate in the third quarter. Fox News, we report. You decide.
Paying off credit cards can get expensive, and it can be an endless hassle to get a loan at a bank, which is why there is now another way to get the money you need at a competitive fixed interest rate without the hassles, fees, and risks. It's called Avant. Your loan through Avant can be approved in minutes, and money can be in your account in as little as 1 business day. And unlike peer lending sites, there are no costly origination fees for unsecured loans or waiting up to a week for the funds. So if you need a small or a substantial loan, go to Avant.com to check your interest rate. We think you're going to like what you see. Right now, Avant will also give you a $50 Amazon.com gift card after your first installment is made on time. To check your rates with no effect on your FICO score and get this special offer, go to Avant.com today and enter promo code 3333 at checkout. That's www.avant.com, promo code 3333. Loans are made by WebBank and affiliates of Avant Inc. Funds are deposited for delivery next business day if approved by 4:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
Today in Florida Ag News from the Southeast AgNet, drone registration will soon be mandatory.
Did you know consumers are learning more about the nutritional benefits that are packed into 3 ounces of lean beef? In 15 years, Your Beef Checkoff has funded research that has more than quadrupled the number of lean beef cuts to nearly 40. Research supported by the Checkoff shows that in each serving of beef, consumers get protein for muscles, B vitamins for brain function, iron for blood, zinc for their immune system, and 5 other key nutrients. Learn more at mybeefcheckoff.com. Then spread the good news about your Checkoff investments, paid for by Your Beef Checkoff.
The Federal Aviation Administration announced last Monday recreational users of unmanned aerial systems, UAS, or drones, must register their systems with the federal government. Anyone using a hobby UAS that weighs from 0.55 pounds up to 55 pounds is required to register as a UAS operator. Operators who have purchased a UAS before December 21st must register by February 19th. Anyone who purchases a UAS after December 21st must register before they fly outdoors. Drone registration will cost $5 per operator. However, the registration fee will be waived for the first 30 days. The Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International estimates that agriculture will account for as much as 80% of all commercial UAS use. Registration will open December 21st at faa.gov/UAS/registration.
Making a lot of hay this spring? During Kubota's preseason hay days, get no payments for 6 months.